Thank you guys for coming out today. We'll go straight into questions. We'll start with Tom.
Yoann, how'd you feel about that game today?
There's two sides of my feeling. There is a bit of disappointment not to get a result that we wanted, but also a lot of pride in the effort that the guys put in this afternoon. Like I think the performance from the start from the beginning to the end, sorry, like I think was really good. I'm really pleased with what I saw. And I'm disappointed for them because they've put in a shift, and I think we deserved a little bit better.
You had plenty of chances there in stoppage time. You kind of expecting one of those, you'd find one of those to go in.
Again, like that's what I just said to them is we're gonna go all in. We believe in who we are, who we want to be. It's not gonna be perfect. There's like I said many times, we're building. It's a work in progress. But we're gonna keep pushing. And what I loved about the end of the game is like we were still on the front foot. We were still trying to create opportunities. We didn't think twice about should we close the game, should we sit, should we wait, or should we go. I think we went, created a bunch of opportunities in the last like 10, 15 minutes. And that's what we want to have, especially here when the fans are behind us. I think that's what we owe them.
And just you guys had so much possession in the first half. Was that what you were expecting? What you were hoping to see from the team to control the ball as well as they did?
Yes, like that's stuff I've seen in preseason. Again, we know each team is going to be different. Knowing a little bit about Charlotte and what their game plan was going to be, we were expecting like that kind of mid block, very very good on the step out press. So we took control of the game. I felt like we exploited that possession like very positively, like creating some chances. So again, like we plan for a lot of things. When they happen, great, and sometimes like it's not perfect, but I thought the guys executed really well what we asked them to do.
We'll go Justin, then Lynn.
Coach, when we talked to Marcel Hartel to kind of kick off preseason, he was very excited about his role in this attack and this offense. For him to get the first goal under your regime, like how does that feel just for the whole thing coming together today?
Same thing. Like I just told the guys, like I think like we need to celebrate like those little moments, and Cello being the first on the scoreboard this season is a good sign. I love to see that. I'm happy for him. Again, he works really hard today. I don't like I'll keep in mind the goal, but like all the work he's been doing during the preseason, and again today, like defensively to organize, to get in the structure when we don't have the ball. That's the kind of player he is. Like like he's got a chip on his shoulder, but at the same time, like he's got the humility of like the great player you want to work with. Like he puts the team first every single day, and today is a good example of that. He did it again, and he gets rewarded with the goal. So it's very positive. I'm happy for him.
And then for your first side to be kind of more attacking oriented, we've seen McSorley and Becher kind of switch off through preseason, but that he comes on to play with Simon Becher. What were you kind of looking for in that moment?
Again, like we're going for it. So like when we put Brandon in, it's the idea of like Brandon can make things happen, like maybe a different profile than Sangi that can maybe come a little bit more into fit, play a little bit more in between the line, like we asked him for the first 60, 70 minutes. Having Brandon, is going to play a little bit higher up. So maybe not have that much of a position in between the lines, but at the same time, he's going to stretch them. He's capable of like holding up. He's capable of turning. He can also run in behind. So he brought like a different aspect to the game that at that moment when you're trying to push to wrap the game up, you want to have on the pitch. So that was the mindset behind having him coming on because he's got a big activity, and I think he can help the team on both sides of the ball.
Exactly.
Lynn.
Yes, you talked about sort of the just creating opportunities that you guys were able to, and obviously a little disappointed that didn't convert more. But in terms of going forward, how do you look at the ability that you guys showed to create opportunities and to have those chances as far as just, looking forward to what you guys have ahead?
It's a big positive for me. Like again, like in preseason, you need to start somewhere. So when we started preseason after week 1 or 2, like we're quite good on the high press, we're quite good on the build up, but now like we have to be better in defending the box and in attacking the box. So you try to assemble all those elements like in 28 training session in 5 weeks time, and you try to maximize everything you can. So having that progression in preseason, we knew we were able to create. Having that start today with that amount of shots, that amount of opportunities that we were able to create, like is a big positive. And then, like I said, like it's like today the first opportunity to really assess the team in a competitive environment and to take some lesson. And again, go back next week and what can we learn, what can we implement, and how can we get better? That's how I'm looking into the next week.
We'll go Charlie, Drew, then Grace.
Hey coach. Now 5 of the 6 seasons you've coached professionally, so far have ended or have started with without a win. The one win starting coming in 2018 was FC Cincinnati. Can you tell me about, you still found a good amount of success in your coaching career. Can you tell me about the importance of bouncing back and fine-tuning things early in the season rather than trying to pick up the pieces later?
Bouncing back from?
Pardon?
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. Could you just tell me about the importance of bouncing back and to kind of fine-tuning things early in the season rather than letting them grow and kind of picking up the pieces later?
I'm going to be honest, I would not call that bouncing back. We spoke about the trajectory we want to have. This moment today is the start of the trajectory, so there is no bouncing back. I see that more as a starting point. We had 5 weeks of preseason. We played a bunch of friendly games. That gives you a decent amount of information to prepare your first game. But now, like I said, I think you go into a competitive environment where you can really assess the team and have your starting point for the season. So the result today is what it is. What I'm looking at and what we can control is the performance. And I'm really proud and pleased with the performance of the players. I think we're moving in the right direction. I think on and off the ball, we created like what we wanted to create, the scenarios we wanted to create, like going into the game. And I'm looking at building on that rather than bouncing back from that.
Drew?
Hey, Coach. One of the things you talked about earlier in the week is understanding game dynamic. You came out in the second half. We scored. How do you think the team did with understanding the dynamic?
Yeah, it's interesting. Like we scored in the second half, but at the same time, I thought the second half, like the game got a bit more stretched, a bit more open. So you could see like we started to rush the attacks a little bit. Then the game became a little bit more transitional. That's also the start of the season. Guys are getting tired, so decision making gets affected. So I'd say like today's a good lesson, like from that standpoint. I think we did some good things in the second half, but I think as well at times, like we made it a little bit more difficult when it came to managing the game and maybe keeping the ball, finding those moments. But also like we were able to create like a bunch of opportunities in the last 15, 20 minutes. So again, like we need to assess and make sure we create a common understanding of like, let's capitalize on those moments where we can attack and maybe like be vertical like we were at times, and moments where we need to use the possession to breathe and reestablish our shape and also at the same time prevent counterattack. Because like when we attack too fast, the problem is like then the game starts to open up. We don't have time to organize rest defense. And then in transition, the game goes as quickly back in your half than you left it. So quite happy overall. I think we managed it quite well. But of course, I'm hoping as we progress and as we learn like about ourselves, we can get a common understanding of when to attack quickly, when to keep the ball and breathe and reorganize and go through those moments of the game that could be like a little bit crazy because it's right and left,
Grace?
Your first match as head coach, what were your impressions out there of the environment and how did things feel for you?
Yeah, incredible. Again, we spoke a lot about the fans going into the game, but also for the players, like the players feeding off the energy of the fan, but also like giving the energy to the fans. So like I think that's the collaboration we had today, where I thought the way we played gave that energy to the fans, but at the same time they gave us so much. So like it's an exciting asset to have for us to play like in a packed stadium like it was today and to feel the support of everybody. So I think I mentioned that many times this week, this place has to become like a difficult place to play at for our opponents. So I think when your environment is like that, when you've got like 20,000+ fans like behind you, you can feel it. And then of course, like it's up to us to perform up to that level as well.
Jordan?
Yoann, I'm just curious what you made of Simon's play. He was a player last season that wasn't first choice, and now he obviously is without Zhao being here. So I'm just curious what you thought of his play.
Really happy. Like again, you can see the work rate of the guy, like on and off the ball, like a lot of movements, like a lot of stretching the pitch. He can make things happen. Like he was very good today. I thought like on the link up, we found him a couple of times into feet, quite solid, like able to lay off. Now we're touching on decision making at times, but like again, very mobile, makes it very difficult for the center back, creates like space for himself, and is able like to create also chances. So really pleased with what I've seen from Simon so far this preseason and this start of the season, and again, like I'm excited to keep working with the guys, keep working with him. Like there's a lot of little things that we can work together to get better, but the base, the foundation is there. Like between his abilities and his mindset, like I think this is the kind of player we want to have.
How much do you expect to rely on him when you look at your roster and maybe he's the only kind of out and out striker? How much do you plan to rely on him?
Again, I think today you had a good idea of like his impact, how we used him, how we associated him with Brandon. So I think there is a couple of options there. Sangbin did really well for the time on the pitch. So we've got a couple of attacking options that are all a little bit different. And it's more like looking into those associations and what we're trying to create that we have to look at, like what kind of players do we want on the pitch and with who next to him, so we can create a little bit the dynamic of the game that we're looking for based on the game plan, based on the profile of the players.
We'll finish with two more, Cole and then Tom.
Coach, you talked about some of the positives that you saw today. Obviously there's no such thing as a perfect performance. What are some of the things that you might look forward to in training this week that you could improve on as a whole?
I think the game dynamic is a big one. Like I think like decision making in the second half, like I just mentioned, is definitely something where we have to get on the same page, especially like going away next week. We need to understand those dynamics. When we're playing home, like I said, like you've got the energy and the support of the fans, so like you're getting pushed and you have to still control those moments, but when you play on the road, those moments, like if that happens again where you're getting a little bit tired and you're getting a little bit stretched, you've got to be able to bring it back together and get compact, get organized, or keep the ball, calm the play a little bit, organize again. So that's definitely one of the area. And then we're speaking about like a lot of details on the defensive structure, on moments, timing, orientation that we need to look at again. How can we get better from that standpoint? And offensively, again, I thought the build-up was good. I thought we were able to create some chances. Could we have created more? Did we get into good areas? Those are the questions we need to answer like before the start of the week. And again, it never stops. There is always stuff to work on. So I'm not too concerned about that.
We'll finish with Tom.
Was Durkin cramping or is he other issues?
Yeah, Chris, as you probably saw this week, like or maybe not. Yeah, on Thursday you came to training, so you saw he wasn't there. He had to deal with a sickness this week, so he missed like a big chunk of the week. Mm-hmm. So I was expecting at some point to have like some issues like on the physical side with him and him getting tired. Again, fair play to him. Like he went through a lot this week, like staying away like 2 days and not feeling too well. And today put in like quite of a shift, like he's that kind of character. I think that's what we want from the team in general. But when you have players that embodies that, hard work, like work ethic, work rate, like this is him. So like I knew he was going to leave everything out on the pitch. And I knew at some point, like, leaving everything out was going to expose him not to finish the game. But that's why also like I was happy that Miguel was able to come in, finish the game. I thought he did really well the way he came in, and I thought he was really good as well.
And then bringing in McNaughton, what was behind that move?
Again, we're trying to manage players. They were all in different places. So bringing Lucas was just like Dante was getting tired, was also feeling like his body was starting to cramp a little bit, tighten up. Like I said, like guys are at different place, like after preseason. So bringing Lucas in was more a matter of like Dante couldn't go anymore. So like I said at the start of the year to the guys and probably to you as well, we're going to rely on everyone. Everybody is there to play a part, to have an impact. And I thought the subs today like came in really well. The way they finished the game, the way they were able to impact the game was really good. So really pleased with the 4 guys that came in today and their performances as well, because that's what we want. We want to be able to rely on everybody.
Just think about the build up to Marcel's goal, to moving it from one side, starting at the center line and just coming forward and an angle there. How did you see that build up and how'd you like it?
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't remember it. So no, there is some parts of the game that are more of a blur now, like, and that I need to piece back together. But again, you probably saw today the intent in terms of like manipulating the opposition, like creating some spaces, like moving them like from a side to the other and trying to exploit like whether when we have numbers around the ball or whether we're attacking on the weak side. And again, I felt like we got into great situations that allowed us to create some opportunities. And I would have to rewatch that specific moment, but like I said, like I'm really happy for Cello because like he gets rewarded for the work he's put in today and for the previous 6 weeks.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Hey, Marcel. You didn't get the win, but how good does it feel, A, the way the team played, and B, for you to get a goal in the first game?
Yeah, in my opinion, we made a good game, a very good game. From the beginning, we set the tone. That was the plan. We want to control the game. We want to create chances. We want to be aggressive against the ball, high press, and all of our plan was good. And just the result is not good enough.
Yeah, and then on your goal, just talk about scoring the goal and what that means to you, and how
Yeah,
with an
of course,
expanding family, you'll now celebrate goals.
To help the team with the goal is always a good thing. We scored the goal. I scored the goal for the lead, but in the end we don't get 3 points. So I'm a bit disappointed about that. But yeah, happy about my goal.
When what were you concerned about? Did you like how the team responded to holding on to the lead? Like the play immediately, that was a problem we saw last year. Immediately after scoring a goal, how do you think the team handled that?
We still continue playing, and we was also going for the second goal was good. And I mean, Charlotte just had, especially in the second half, just one chance, and they scored the goal. So we made a good game. To be honest, we with the ball against the wall, we was clear the better team, and normally we have to go home with 3 points.
We'll go with Justin and Grace.
Myself to kind of follow up on that. Charlotte are a team that a lot of people rank as one of the top defensive teams in the Eastern Conference. That you all were still pushing for that go-ahead goal so late into the match. Like how, when you look back and think back about that, like where does that set you up for the next few weeks?
Yeah, first we create very good chances, especially in the second half, end of second half. We was going for the second goal. You could see that we want to win this game today, and now we have to just score the goals. We had very good opportunities to win today, but for the future, it's very good step in the right direction. Preseason was very good for us. We trained a lot. What we could see today, and I'm proud of the team that we go out and play exactly like we want to.
Does it feel like just one of those things that with more time together in the system that, you know, if this match happens 6 months from now, it'd be a different result?
Hopefully, I'm very optimistic to say yes. I mean, 6 weeks preseason, we changed our style of play, and immediately after 6 weeks, you can see how we play today. A lot of control with the ball, aggressive against the ball. So I think, in 6 months, we probably, hopefully, win type of games like that.
Grace.
Pre-game, I saw you holding up Leuven's jersey in that picture. Can you just speak to the support that you all on this team have for him?
Yeah, I mean, Edo's situation is very, very hard, very tough. I don't talk too much about it. I just can say we as a team, as a club, we are there for him and support in any way we can help him.
Justin. Sorry, go back to Drew. Go ahead, Drew.
As the match progressed, did you feel like the offense kind of opened up a little bit?
In the end?
Like towards the second half?
Yes, especially middle of second half, it was a bit open game. There we have to learn a bit probably out of it, that we, and also when the game is a bit more open, that we take the control, that we be more patient to control the game, and don't let it be so open that both teams just has a 50-50 wins opportunity.
Marcel, Simon gets you the assist there in the second half. I'm just curious what you make of that partnership with Simon. He'll probably be the main striker, at least for now. Just curious what you make of that partnership.
At first, Hazi won the ball amazing against Zaha, played immediately forward to Eddie. He turned and played forward. So this was also a type of training we did in preseason, that we tried to look forward. And then Simon, of course, was amazing. First play forward from him to see me there on the last line. And so I like to play with Simon. Our relationship on the field, off the field is very, very good. And I'm happy for him to get the assist for me.
When you say that's something you work on, is it just kind of the quick counterattack is what you're talking about, the quick passes? Yeah,
to see at first, like, can we go forward or we need to keep the ball? And in this situation was the best case to play fast forward. And this is like to see during the game when we win the ball, what is the best option, to go forward immediately or to just keep and pass the ball and to control the game.
And then last one too, it looked like the finish was that a little bit of a no-look finish? Can you just walk me through the finish?
I mean, at first Simon's pass was amazing, and then I was like, I can't try to show the goalkeeper that I go for the long long corner, and then I try to keep him, that he think I go for the right side, and then I switch to the left. Worked very good out.
Anyone else? Chip.
What's your family situation right now? Are you close?
So depending on my situation, you can see I'm not. It's not there. So my second child is not there yet, but we are very, very close. So hopefully, a couple of days next week. Yeah.
That would have been a dream. I mean, the tradition of celebrating the birth of a child.
Yes, but it's not there today, so that's why I don't celebrate like normal, and you don't see my new celebration. But hopefully, when the newborn is there, you can see my new celebration.
Jello, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Go ahead and kick us off, Tom.
Simon, you didn't get a goal, but you get the assist. What did you see as getting that play and getting the ball to Marcel?
Yeah. I think it was Danny that played the ball to me. Something we wanted to do. We wanted to win the ball higher up the field and go forward, and he played a good ball to me. Mm-hmm. And as it was coming, I saw Cello make a run, and I knew the center back would be attracted to me, so I wanted to get it to him as quick as possible. And Cello, a lot of quality in the finish. Good to get the first goal of the season.
How do you feel about this team overall in the first game out with the new coach and the new system and everything, as to how well you guys handled it?
Yeah, Charlotte made it hard for us today. We wanted to come out and give the fans a lot of energy and show that we were up for it today. Going forward, we wanted to be aggressive, and with the ball, we wanted to play at our tempo. So I think we did a good job today. But again, it's about setting high standards. And, when teams come to Energizer Park this year, we want them to feel it. And, I hope Charlotte felt it. And at the end, credit to all the guys that came on, continuing to push for a winner. That's what we wanted. We wanted 3 points. So happy with the performance. But, I think all of us in the locker room maybe a little unsatisfied.
The stoppage time you had, the team had several chances, looked like pretty good chances. He says, once you can finish one of those and you get the 3 points.
Yeah. And I think, that's something we wanted. We wanted to continue to push. We didn't want to back off even after they equalized. I think it was, a really positive response for the group. A lot of, going forward and trying to get the winner.
Justin.
Simon, you had a lot of battles with Tim Ream out there today. Like, I know, obviously, you're at different eras of SLU soccer, but there's some commonality there. How was that battle for you as the day went on?
It was good. Tim is somebody that is big for the St. Louis community. He's had a really, really good career and represented the United States. And so it was pretty cool to play against him. Hopefully give him a bit of a run for his money. It was fun.
That chance in the 80th minute where you kind of push it around him, what were you seeing in that moment to know, like before you turn, you can put that ball into space and run it down?
Yeah, I knew I had a little bit of space in between me and him, and I saw him come to check, so kind of use his momentum against him and flick it around him and make it a foot race. And then yeah, just trying to keep it low and hard, and yeah, credit to the keeper, he made a good save. It would have been nice to finish that one, but yeah.
Thanks, Adam.
Lynn.
So, I mean, how do you feel like you're sort of I guess embracing the role of not just looking to score but looking to be a playmaker? It seems like the way that you're that you're slated to play, at least so far, has you looking to do a lot of things besides just attack.
Yeah, I think in the system that we played today, it was kind of seeing how the center backs would react to my movement. I got him behind once or twice early. We had some really good early balls from Rafa and Conrad, and I think they started to drop a little bit. So just trying to find that pocket underneath, and yeah, we had guys that Cello, McSorley, Sangbin, guys that would run off of me. So yeah, holding the ball up and trying to spring them, since I think Charlotte was dropping off a little bit. So trying to find the pockets underneath versus in the first half maybe a little bit more vertical.
Any questions? Drew.
What was Yoann's message to you at half?
A really good half, but 0-0. I think we followed the game plan well, but we wanted to go out and push. We wanted to go out and not be satisfied with 0-0 or 1-1 and come away with 3 points. So yeah, I think the first half was really positive. We kind of set the intensity really well. One thing we talked about was kind of giving the energy back to the fans. We knew they were going to come out and give us a ton of support and a lot of energy. So I think our job was to go out and show them that we were up for it and show them that intensity back. So I think we did that, from the first minute to the last, wanting to push for 3 points rather than sitting in and, coming out at half wanting to, make Charlotte feel our intensity and, yeah, go for 3 points.
And then do you feel like Damet's system kind of opens up the net more than maybe previous year play styles?
Yeah, I think, Yoann has a pretty comprehensive, look for us, and he's done a really good job preparing us collectively, and focuses on us a lot. How can we solve problems on the field? How can we stay true to the identity that we want to do? Be really aggressive, but control the tempo and control the game, and ultimately play an exciting St. Louis style attacking football. And I think he's done a great job preparing us and making tweaks throughout the game. But yeah, continuing to stay aggressive, and he set high standards for us. So,
Jordan.
Speaking of your role with the team, just looking at your role this season without Zhao here, does it feel more freeing knowing that you'll be the primary starter and you can have at least 60 minutes to go and find a goal, or do you feel like maybe there's even more pressure to go out and score?
No, I think, for me, it's, continuing to help the team as much as I can. It's a role that I've played a lot in my career here. I've started a lot of games, and yeah, this year I think I have a good understanding of what the staff wants from me. And last year, it was nice to play with Klausy, and we pushed each other a lot. And yeah, this year it's the same thing. I want to push the guys around me. I want to help the team win and score goals, and get 3 points and help the club achieve the goals that we set for ourselves. So coming into the year really hungry, and I hope continuing going forward, scoring goals, getting 3 points, and taking it one game at a time.
Let's finish with Tom.
So the first half, you guys had the ball. I think 63% was the percentage number, which is a massively high number for this team. What's it like to have the ball for that much in half? And it was pretty much that way. It looked like in the preseason as well.
I think for us, it's, if we have the ball that much, trying to find ways to continue to be dangerous. I don't think, we have a goal of having a high possession number. We want to control teams, attract them, break them, and score goals, and try to be aggressive and try to, hurt teams. So I think Charlotte was a little bit more reserved today, wanting to hit us on the counterattack. I think that's maybe why that possession statistic was really high in the first half. So for us, it's just not being naive. We know that they have a lot of quality up top, and that they can, in a second break us down and be very vertical. And so for us, it was, it was an interesting task for us trying to continue to be proactive and want to break them down while, not being naive and, being susceptible to the counterattack. So, yeah.
Simon, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
What's up, everyone?
Danny, congrats on your city debut, first of all. We'll just go ahead and kick things off with Tom.
Yeah. What was it like either for you? A lot of new things today, new team, new coach, new style, new stadium. How was everything for you today?
Oh, it was an incredible atmosphere. It really lived up to the hype, I think. It was amazing to be able to play here for my first game. And yeah, I was trying to feed off the crowd, and I think all the guys on the field were really feeding into the energy as well. And it was a bit of a shock for me. Red Bull Arena was a great place to play, but never filled out. And I think it was good nerves to start out the game. I think I would have liked some moments back for me, at least in the first half, I think. But that'll come with time. And honestly, I think it was a good first showing.
To talk about your role in that in the goal and getting the ball and moving it on to Simon and just how that play unfolds.
Yeah, it was a great job by Hazi to be tight on Zaha, win the ball. And first thing for me was I knew I had time and space, look forward. I probably could have played Cello first, but I think Simon does an amazing job because it draws the defender in, and then great pass, and then Cello finishes it off. So it was a great first goal.
Was there anything for you today that was harder than anything else, and with adjusting to everything that you had today?
No, I think it just shows that we're a team that's gonna focus on ourselves and not be afraid to play with the ball and be brave and take chances. I think that's something that going to continue to get comfortable with, and it's going to challenge me and all the other midfielders and the center backs to be brave on the ball in tight areas. And that's a way that we can be really lethal, I think, because if it works and it goes well, we can be really dangerous. And then it's all about being patient on the ball. I think it showed, what we can really do this year. And I think the fans really understood what we're capable of.
Justin.
You and Chris Durkin were playing kind of next to each other in the midfield for a lot, and I noticed that when either you would make a big play, you're kind of each other's biggest fan out there. But could you explain a bit about that relationship as it's grown through the preseason?
For sure, yeah. Me and Chris have had a great relationship in preseason. We vibed really well. He's someone I can bounce ideas off of, and I think it excelled today. I think we definitely had some moments. I think we both like to try to pass with each other a little bit more. When they close the middle, maybe it's not as open. I think we can, exploit the fullback side. But yeah, I mean, I think me and him combining when we can get on the ball, and we know that, if I make a mistake, he's going to cover for me and vice versa. So I think that relationship will continue to thrive, and Miggy does a great job when he comes on as well. So I think it's definitely a good sign that the midfield looks very stable. Obviously, we want to be able to keep clean sheets and not allow any of the goals. But again, a good first step.
Jordan.
Playing in the midfield there, what did you see that was the difference between the first and second half, and how you guys ended up getting so many more chances in that second half?
For sure. I think the first half, it was maybe a little bit slower tempoed at times, where maybe we were playing into Charlotte. They just wanted to sit back. And then when we made a pass in the middle or a wide pass, that's when they would kind of go and use their step out press. And then you can see in the second half, it definitely just became a lot of transition. It opened up. You had to be sharp with your rest defense because a ball gets cleared out and it's going the other direction. So I think it was kudos on us, though, that the last 15 minutes or when they scored, we weren't just going to try to play for the tie. We were going to go for it and try to get 3 points. And that's what led to all those chances at the end of the game.
Were there any of those chances that you were expecting to go in?
Yeah, I mean, I think of all the guys, they want those moments back to be able to have the moment to win the game when the ball's just in the box. And Brendan was upset, but it's good that everybody cares. Like they take their responsibility that they want to finish the chances. We realize that game it has to be a win. Like we have to find a way and dig deep, but the mentality is there for us. I think we showed the winning mentality that Yoann's built a culture through all of preseason. Now it's just getting the job done, getting over that last hump.
We'll finish here with Charlie.
Often today we saw Raphael and Conrad acting as wingers, floating up the field often offensively. Can you talk about in this system how you have to balance deciding? Because I know Chris has talked about his kind of natural want to float up the field and play offensively. How is one, your instincts, and two, this system kind of using you guys as like an anchor or like what do you think is your role if they do utilize those wingers like they did today?
Great question. I think when Conrad Santos-Silva's out on the wing back side, it's definitely one of the sixes has to be an option for that diagonal ball back to then try to find the weak side. I would have liked to have tried to do that a little more today. But then the other six, like we have to have numbers forward, so the other six has that ability to just roam and free range to go forward, get in the box. I found myself in the box a few times today. I think Chris as well. He had a shot, almost scored. So I think it's that balance because you need someone to be able to support the wing back, but then also someone to join. And the player that is supporting the wing back, we need them also to help for rest defense because Charlotte kept a lot of guys up top today, and they're good on the counter. They have the guys up top, so it's just being aware in that sense, but. I think it's getting better with better fluidity with understanding the distancing and the positioning, but it will come with time.
Awesome. Danny, thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.